Okay, my name is Alp. I am Turkish, so I studied my whole life in Turkey, and I am studying economics, biology, chemistry, and maths. So I think my favorite subject will be biology out of all the subjects I take, because particularly I'm really interested in human biology, especially in organs like the kidney, the pancreas, and so on and so forth. So I like doing further research on that. And in school as well, I'm a part of Dissection Society, and dissecting animals and just seeing different body parts makes me feel amazed and like makes me want to do even more further research on them as well. I plan to study medicine at a London uni, preferably Imperial College, because I want to keep my goals high, and I think Cardiff Sixth Form College helps me maintain these goals as well. In achieving that goal, I think we have UCAT classes, and for medicine, you need UCAT. So in those UCAT classes, we solve a lot of sample questions that might help us develop skills for the real exam. And also, I think our subject teachers, especially biology and chemistry teachers, are really good. So I think that they really help students understand the topics and excel in those topics to get the A stars they want. So when I came here for IGCSEs, I think I enrolled to the school quite late because I didn't find out about this school's existence until like the start of summer. So I think when I came here, I was quite excited and also surprised on how the boarding environment was, because I think I was the only person in my IGCSE like classes that was in a twin room. So I had a friend with me, like, but my other friends, for example, had single rooms or like studio rooms. So I think it was really nice just doing IGCSEs here. I did STEM subjects, English language, English literature, and economics, I think. And I think IGCSEs here are really nice as well because the teachers pay the same importance for IGCSEs as well as they do for A levels. So I think that's really important in me achieving the grades I wanted for IGCSEs as well. I think IGCSEs are a little easier than A levels, we can say, because like if we see IGCSEs as foundations, like A levels are basically like the house. So if IGCSEs are like the bricks you take to build a house, A levels are basically the entire house, I think. So I'm quite passionate about Dissections Club as well, and I recently found out that I'm going to be vice president of the club next year. So I think that's a really important super curricular that I do. And then I do volleyball club and football club as well. And I recently enrolled at a club in Cardiff for volleyball as well. So I think that will really help me improve and maybe even improve CSFC's sporty side a little bit more next year. Because this year we beat Atlantic College, which was really important in like a lot of school events and really important to other people, other teachers as well, because they quite a lot like mentioned this to everyone in the volleyball team. So I think it was a really proud moment for us. I think boarding life is quite nice in Cardiff because I think as far as like what I've heard from other people who are like other friends who are studying in London or other places, I think boarding life here is a little less stricter than what usual UK boarding schools do. And I think that's really helpful for students here since they don't need to adapt to like strict rules or like strict environments in the boarding like house, but actually feel that they're like feel warmth in the boarding house. And actually adapt to the boarding house really quickly. So I think for new students especially, that is really good, as I experienced it last year as well. And making friends is quite easy since it's a close-knit environment as well. So I think it's really nice here. I think it's a quite nice city because there's a lot of places you can go to hang out with your friends, do super curriculars like me, because I do volleyball close to Cardiff City Stadium as well. And yeah, I think there's a lot of sport opportunities, a lot of work experience opportunities as well. So I think it's quite a really good city, like in terms of its size. Yeah, because they've talked about it quite a lot to us as well. So I'm quite excited to see what's next in CSFC's new chapter, I can say. The main advice I would give them is to not be scared, like to come to a boarding environment, especially because, like, for example, where I come from in Turkey, like, there's always a common misconception that boarding environments are always really strict. There's strict curfews, they take your phone away, they take your digital devices away and stuff. But I think that the boarding environment CSFC provides is really good in terms of those misconceptions and actually breaks those misconceptions apart. Because one, you can make friends really easily because the people around you will usually have similar personalities to you as well. Especially, I live in a cluster room, so I have 5 other people in my cluster, and 5 of them have become my best friends this year. So, yeah, I think just be excited, of course, but don't be scared because you will definitely make friends and you will definitely have people that you will be talking to for your like for the rest of your life, I think.